Start with our DFID project partners, Athena, the co-hosts of this session. Last year we spoke about their Fintech Challenge Fund, which had attracted over 150 bids at the time. Since then, we've selected our 6 winning bids and are already begun to see some exciting business models being expanded, developed and succeeding. Businesses like Rebi, which are providing not just financial management for cooperatives in Nigeria, but a financial future for them and their membership. We're incredibly proud of these firms and the people working in them, so much so that they're probably getting fed up with being wheeled out in front of our visiting dignitaries from the UK and being sent to London to tell more people there about what they do. But there may well be more of that to come because they're great examples of commercial promise, development impact and potential for UK business partnership. Next, you might remember last year that the first meeting of the UK-Africa Fintech Investment Group was hosted here in Lagos in the margins of this event. It's a subgroup of our Department for International Trade's Fintech Steering Board. The group brings together expertise from the UK and African fintech communities to recommend solutions to encourage greater UK investment into African fintech. As a result of the group's discussions, DFID is now co-funding the Catalyst Fund, an early-stage investment vehicle intended to accelerate the development of digital finance products and services that advance financial inclusion among poor and marginalised communities and consumers. The Catalyst Fund provides selected fintech grantees with grants, venture building support and access to investors. It also leads ecosystem initiatives to unlock capital, talent and partnerships and enable favourable ecosystems for fintech growth in emerging markets. DFID has just put £10 million into a new Catalyst funding round, which is expected to support around 20 companies across Nigeria, Kenya and South Africa. The Athena grant and the Catalyst grant do different jobs at the lower levels of the ladder of investment. Athena has been including accelerator services provided by Co-Creation Hub. Catalyst should take firms even further towards commercial investability. There's more work further up the investment ladder to do. DFID's Financial Sector Deepening Africa investment programme has just received a capital increase of £90 million for investment in financial sector projects across the continent. And then, of course, we have the UK's main overseas development investment arm, CDC, which just this week opened its new office in Lagos and has a portfolio of over $400 million in Nigeria across all sectors. Moving on then to the UK's partnership with Hub Services and science and innovation partnerships. The UK government recognises that it's not just firms, entrepreneurs and investors that make up a tech ecosystem. It's a complex web of rules, regulations, relationships and personalities. It's also institutions like universities and research councils and firms providing critical services like lawyers, consultancy and marketing. And those linkages can't let international borders get in their way. The UK is trying to build and expand that ecosystem in different ways. We now have our very own tech hub here in Nigeria, and its director, Honey Ogundeyi, is here today at this conference. Interestingly, it's funded by our Department of Digital, Culture, Media and Sport, so it's not just our Development Ministry, our Foreign Office or our Trade Ministry that sees value in these partnerships in Nigeria. The UK-Nigeria Tech Hub focuses on 3 key areas: skills and capability development, digital ecosystem building, and facilitating innovation collaborations between Nigerian and UK tech businesses. This will help to build skilled, entrepreneurial and networked populations who will create jobs and address digital inequality. The team behind the Tech Hub has already seen the successful launch of the continent-wide Go Global Tech Innovation Scheme. This saw 5 Nigerian startups travel to the UK in April to improve their business skills and capability, to build links with the UK's thriving tech sector, and to work with UK experts to take their companies to the next level. Our second major initiative is DFID's West Africa Science and Innovation Research Hub. Science, technology and innovation is a fundamental part of our strategic partnership with Africa. The UK currently spends over £1.2 billion a year on research and innovation in developing countries, most of that in Africa. As with the Tech Hub, the long-term objective is to scale up new technologies, build market for innovations, and for those innovations then to transform the lives of the poorest and promote the growth of African economies. If the Tech Hub achieves that through deals and business partnerships, the Research Hub will achieve it through knowledge, with ambitious UK-Africa science and research partnerships with universities, government agencies and research councils, as well, importantly, as with the private sector. To make that vision a reality, new teams are being set up across Africa. The West Africa team will be based right here in Lagos, of course, and will support and strengthen collaboration and sharing in knowledge, innovation, entrepreneurship, policy, research and expertise between the UK and Nigeria. The team leader, Leanne Jones, is also here today in the audience, so I hope some of you will get to chat to her later. It's notable that our programming in agriculture and investment is also taking a digital turn. DFID has a new agri-tech programme, Plant, which is looking to build and support a pipeline of 100 new agri-tech products and services. We have a major new investment programme called Links, which will include dedicated work on getting digital products and services into rural northern Nigeria. So that's what we've done. Now, what's next? In the year since we last spoke at this conference, we've launched 3 financing schemes with attendant advisory services, seen our tech and innovation staffing in Lagos more than double, and started several major new programmes. And this next year won't see any slowdown. Right now, we're building up to the UK's Africa Investment Summit in January in London, where technology will be a leading theme in discussions of 20 heads of state and global business leaders. As part of preparations, next week sees a UK-Nigeria investment showcase hosted by the ex-Lord Mayor of London, and we'll be taking 3 Nigerian tech firms there to meet a new set of potential investors. Overall, we expect results in 2020 to be flowing faster and more impressively as our new programming and staffing get established and get to work. Above all, we hope to see new investments, firms growing as a result, and people in all corners of Nigeria benefiting them. So finally then, to wrap up, this is a busy space and a busy time for fintech and tech more broadly in Nigeria. And that's especially so for my colleagues who have gone from caring about tech to really doing something about it. Science, technology and innovation are fundamental to solving key development challenges, such as creating the 2 million jobs a year that Nigeria needs, increasing agricultural productivity, making government and the banks more efficient and more effective. It's going to require a new generation of cutting-edge businesses that challenge the old way of doing business models that work around existing barriers, and businesses that build the ecosystem. It needs entrepreneurs with access to the right support and a regulatory environment that lets businesses grow. The UK is Europe's leading centre of fintech, and clearly we can say the same about Lagos's continental leadership. As 2 leaders then, we need to make sure we're working together to face these challenges and opportunities. I look forward to getting on with all of you to doing just that. Thank you.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause for the Deputy High Commissioner of the UK in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, Harriet Thompson was able to underscore the importance of not just collaboration within the ecosystem, within your international borders, but the question was, why let international borders get in your way when there are challenges across the globe that we all share? And you can tell that she has made it clear that DFID is on the map in regards to helping out with supporting the ecosystem and ensuring that we also realize that the ecosystem is not only about entrepreneurs, investors, and the groups that you are more likely to look at, such as the fintechs themselves and the firms, but you have to look closely at researchers, academics, labs, and so on, and be sure that you stretch the hand of collaboration in that arena. Now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'll introduce you to another stellar diplomat. And this person is from a country with a vibrant tech ecosystem in Madrid and Barcelona. Yes, indeed, I would like to welcome to the stage the Consul General of Spain, Juan Moreda Otero. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as he makes his way to the stage. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Dr. Aina, President of the Fintech Association of Nigeria, fellow diplomats, partners, friends. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to address you in this short goodwill message. I first hesitated since there is not a big bilateral cooperation in this area between Spain and Nigeria, but I decided that even though it was important to be here to support this initiative, because fintech addresses a problem that in which we are all involved, which is improving the lives of people, in this case through technology. All stakeholders, both private and public, both national and international, have to address this. This is why I wanted to be here with you to share this